So, one thing I know I've been talking about in my videos and articles is that the hydraulic clutch is much softer to the press than the cable. So, but when it comes to 504, 505, it's not like the cable is softer, but if your clutch cable system is intact, you'll be surprised that you hardly feel the same. You know, so I'll give you an example. There was a time I was driving. Well, it's not my vehicle anyway, but I used to drive one of my uncle's Peugeot 505 back then. I think as early as late 90s, in the 90s, I just say in the 90s. So at that time, you know, my old GL was, it had a hydraulic system. So it was very, very hard. So I kind of assumed that the cause of the heavy throttle, clutch pedal feel was as a result of the clutch cable control system. That the cable was the cause. So to be honest, for if not years, maybe 3-4 years that I was driving it in that condition, what I mean is each time I would drive the car, it wasn't behave that way. So it was not until it got so bad that the clutch fork bent. So it could no longer, the clutch just stopped working. In fact, it affected both everything, the pressure plate, the friction plate, the release bearing, the clutch, like I said, even the fork bent. So I wasn't around then when they did the replacement, so but because this happened in Enugu. So when I came, at that time I was in the university. Okay, no, not yet. I wasn't in the university at that time. So I came for a holiday, and I was told this what happened, and so I dropped the car after that day. That same day, wow, the difference was that clear. It was as soft as my GL, I couldn't even tell this was the same car I was driving. It was as if each time you drive it, you will have some muscle pull or something like that, And what was the cause? The pressure plate was bad, including the clutch cable. Two of them were bad, and because of that, it was making it very heavy to the press. So, but it was the pressure plate that made the clutch fork to bend. Anyway, so my point is, if you drive Peugeot 504 and Peugeot 505, or if you have a cost to buy any of these vehicles, and you see one with a clutch cable, don't assume that it's going to be difficult to drive. Like I said, it's not. Even if you do a test drive and realize that it's not soft or it's very heavy, don't get discouraged, because it's possible that it could be the cable that is bad or the pressure plate that is bad. After all, I've driven out that I owned a 605 that had a clutch cable. Of course, when I first got the car, it was also very heavy. It was very, very hard to depress. So at that time, I was like, maybe it was the cable that was, because it was cable, that it's possible that's how the system was. Until the day I was traveling, one of my journeys, the cable broke, cut in the journey. So eventually, to cut the story short, I changed it, and it was very soft, which I've never experienced before I even got the car. When I was using the car, so it became very soft. So So the cable, clutch cable can cause it. So if you are not sure, if you have a Peugeot 504 or 505 and yours is cable and you are not sure if it is as soft as it should be, because you might be thinking, okay, that is the normal clutch feel for the 504. My advice is, if you can, change the clutch cable, or you can even remove it, have your mechanic remove it and inspect it. If you can remove it yourself, it's not that difficult anyway. But the point is, if you're not technical, you can ask your mechanic remove it, inspect it. If you can tell if it's the cause of the stiffness a little, or if it's actually weak. If it's this, then change it. They are available. I'm talking a new one. Don't buy used one, buy new one. Even if the quality is not as good as back then, back in the days, at least they are available. You can buy as many as you want and keep as spare. Or you could just separate the engine from the gearbox and change the pressure plate and the release bearing. These two. That's if you deal with the cable. If it continues, then you have to drop the engine and do with that. Change the pressure plate and the friction plate. For 504, 505, those days, even up till now, their clutch, they don't sell them as a kit. The pressure plate, the friction plate, the release bearing, they don't come as a kit. You buy them separately. It's the newer Peugeot cars, like this one I'm driving now, which is my 407 Coupe manual. Originally converted to manual. So this kind of kit, they come as a kit, complete, when you are buying new. Even used self, this one, you can't buy only the pressure plate separate. You have to buy it complete. It comes complete with the bearing. So that's my advice. So don't get discouraged. Don't get discouraged, because even the Peugeot vehicles that comes, for example, the 504, specifically 504, 505. See, whenever I'm talking about 504, just know that I'm also referring to 505. These are two vehicles, almost same vehicles. That's what I want people to actually understand. 504, 505 are just basically the same vehicle. The difference is some improvements were done on the electric, not necessarily electrical, the body, Yes, that's where I'll put it. But the mechanicals basically the same, especially the GL and those similar models with 505. So 505 is something like in Argentina has the same mechanical self with suspension and the rest with or similar, at least with that of with that of like the SR model you have in Nigeria, those ones with live differential. That's what I mean. So 504. Whenever you hear me say 504, no, I'm also referring to 505. Okay, so get one. I wouldn't even mind if I see a 504, as long as it's GL or just like GL, they all come with clutch, hydraulic clutch control system. If there's any with cable, I wouldn't mind. Like I said, it's not like it's not that hard. Even if it's a little bit hard, heavier than the hydraulic, it's not that significant. My point is, it's not that bad. Let me put it that way. In fact, to me, it will look like the clutch cable for 504 is even easier to maintain, because if the 505 clutch start giving you issues, trust me, you will really enjoy it, because it can be a headache, a big headache. If the slave cylinder fails, or the master clutch cylinder fails, even to bleed it is a problem. So it's not like this one is much better. Personally, I wouldn't mind that cable. I've used it before in my 605. So only that, as far as cabin is concerned, you need to have a spare. Trust me, you need to have a spare. Okay. That's my destination. Alright, so that is it for this video. Oh, by the way, I just love, even though I know it's not part of these videos, but I just love driving this coupe. If not for anything, the way the seat hugs me, as in, just, man, it's just a different experience from my other cars. So if you want 407, if you can get the coupe, you enjoy it. Better built, but I mean, it's something else. Okay.